I'm Roger Margulis here at Velocity New York 2018. I'm here with Laurent Gil, who is the Senior Product Architect for Internet Security at Oracle. Welcome.
Thank you. Nice to meet you as well.
Now, I happen to have watched a meetup you did last night, and it was very informative. I really like the kind of clever ways that you guys use algorithms to figure out what's going on. So as we know, that cloud has really changed a lot of things, and we see it as a topic that's really changing even on our platform at O'Reilly. How do you see the cloud computing developing and Oracle's role in it?
Yes, that's a very good question. It's a fascinating industry. It's very strange. A lot of people talk about cloud for a number of years now, and as you know, there are very good players in that place, and some are dominant in the space as well. And we're probably one of the last one to go in. Here's what we found. You see, Oracle is a company that is focusing very heavily into the large enterprises. That's where we are famous for. We have very large enterprise solutions. And we see a lot of our customers that are still not yet moving to the cloud. It's a very interesting thing where they are still concerned about it. And we have designed at Oracle some of these tools that make them want or ease the migration into the cloud. One of these tools that we have designed, and was actually one of the company that Oracle bought, which was my company, are designed to ensure that the migration to the cloud is fully secured. So you are secured before, you are secured after. Security is probably one of the number one concern for large enterprises, and as they are thinking of moving to the cloud, they suddenly realize, all the security gears and appliances they were using before, you cannot actually move them to the cloud. These are appliances, right? They are machines. It's a lot harder to move the machines into the cloud. But also it means that you have some new ways of thinking about security, cloud-based security systems that ease that transition. And for some of these enterprises, these are kind of the new things. And that's why security is always the number one concern when that happens.
So what makes for a secure cloud?
It's also a vast subject. First, what makes a secure cloud is to ensure that you can secure just not one cloud, but all the clouds that the enterprise use, including these assets that they still have on-prem inside their own data center. So the way we see security on the cloud is a platform that is fully agnostic to where these assets are located, whether they are located in Oracle Cloud, or they are located in AWS or in Google Cloud or in Azure, or in the on-prem of the data center of that customer. And so we have designed this, a lot of these security layers and security platform, especially for applications and DDoS and all of these things, that are fully agnostic to this. Therefore, these security systems can follow the enterprises as they are moving to a cloud solution, as they are moving to as they are moving to others as well, with similar tools that are the same regardless of the cloud solution they use. So we're seeing a lot of trends around this.
Mm-hmm. Given that, I know a lot of companies are concerned about that migration. What steps can they take to ensure a secure cloud?
So we have a lot of stories around this. So here is what we usually advise to a company. Take a solution that is agnostic to where you're hosting your assets. So let's say the company has on-prem applications. They're moving the workload, we call this lift and shift. They are lifting this into a cloud solution. Let's put first a security platform on their old infrastructure, and a security platform that is fully agnostic to where this is located. As they are moving from the old location to the Oracle Cloud or to a cloud of our competitor, the security platform is the same. Because you see, it was activated on the old things, and because it's independent to where this is located, as they are moving the old things to the new things, the security layers is the same. And so by doing this, you fully de-risk. I don't like the word de-risk. Let's say you help the migration by at least taking the security out of the equation, of the migration. Right? Mm-hmm. You're securing first with modern tools that are cloud-based on the old things, and as you are moving to the new things, the security is the same.
Great. What's interesting is makes the analogy of changing your tires while going 60 miles an hour.
Yeah. Well,
you're avoiding that.
Yes. Here, what you do, you have 4 tires. You're changing one as you are. You're not changing 4 of them at the same time. You start by the first, and you do the second. You do the. That's how we see things.
Okay. Now, I've heard you talk about edge security, and that seems pretty intriguing because we think of the edge as a really important part that not enough people talk about.
So here's why we call it edge security. The reason is edge security means we are monitoring and mitigating attacks on our company's customers' assets very far away from where these assets are located. That's why it's called the edge. We are doing edge security. We are protecting our customers at the edge before these attacks goes into the assets of our clients. And for this, we have a number of techniques. We use application security, so it's also called web application firewall. You may have heard these words. Bot management, so the idea here is how do you identify whether a request that comes into an application is from a human or from a bot? And is it a good bot or a bad bot? So there's a lot of classifiers. There's a lot of machine learning techniques that are classifying these requests into these buckets. We have a new one that we are talking in this show about API security. The idea is the same. A call into an API call, is it coming from a malicious user or is it coming from your mobile device? Right? And if it's from your mobile device, you want to go in. If it's from a malicious user, you obviously will block this at the edge of the network. And finally, DDoS protection is a similar idea. Is any garbage traffic coming in at a very high rate would be blocked at the edge before this garbage traffic, if you wish, go and reach the origin, go and reach your data center or our data center.
Great. Now, you mentioned bots a few times, and at your talk last night, you talked a lot about what's going on. Are they really a problem, and how should companies go about addressing it?
So I'm going to give you an example. We have a lot of, but I'm going to give you an example that is similar to one I gave last night. A customer of ours is an airline in Southeast Asia. So they fly between Singapore and Hong Kong and a few others. Here is what they noticed. Suddenly, before they came to us, and then they came to us at the time, suddenly they started to receive a lot of tickets from Chinese clients, much more than usual. Let's say they had some because Hong Kong is in China, but much more than usual. And then they noticed, for some weird reasons, a vast majority of these tickets were automatically cancelled. Automatically means someone were cancelling these tickets just 24 hours before, 24 hours after the booking. And airlines like to do this. They give full refund if you cancel within 24 hours. So what happened is the following. Planes get full by having a lot of tickets being booked from Chinese customers. And then just a little bit less than 24 hours after the purchasing of the tickets, these tickets were canceled automatically. They were using real credit cards. These were not humans. They were bots that would book plane tickets. They will make the plane full. It means in yield management that the price of the remaining seats would increase. The day after, everything is cancelled. Who is benefiting from this? The competition. Because their tickets were not increasing, because their plane were not getting full. So we suspect some foul play, almost criminal or fraudulent, let's say, in nature, by having, we suspect some of the competition of that airline artificially buying tickets and cancelling them with full refund to generate an increase of pricing. And this was obviously from bots. And we know who they are. They know who we are. It's this kind of game. They're all from a city in China. We know their IP address. And obviously, they cannot do this anymore. But these were bots that would simulate what a human would do, buying a ticket. Would automatically cancel these tickets. They simulated the human behavior very, very well, meaning you would see the mouse moving. This is how good they are, right? So fortunately for them, there were some patterns that they were not doing very well, and that's how we were able to identify them. But I would say this is kind of some of the most sophisticated that we've seen. So bot management is critical. Here's why. This airline want to give the ability for their customer to cancel plane tickets. It's a service from the airline, just not from when this customer have a different intent, which was the bot traffic.
Wow, this has been a really fascinating discussion. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.